Welcome to another episode of Reliance Real Estate Radio, and here's your hosts, Jeff Nevin and Joseph Singsheim.
Hey guys, we're in quarter 4, and we wanted to bring you a little bit of value, just another look at things. So, as salespeople, we start every day unemployed, right?
That's right.
And we know that we don't get paid by the hour, we get paid for the value we bring to the hour. Correct?
Absolutely. And, you know, we all know that phrase, time is money. Do you know what you're worth?
Yeah. I mean, do you hold your time hostage? Do you know what you actually do that are money makers in your business?
Right. So we take about, or I guess in any sales or any business, about 20% of the stuff that you do to actually makes you income is about 80% of your business. So when it comes to holding yourself accountable, we like to do scheduling. We use our Google Calendar for that, and it keeps us on track.
Yeah, I mean, we want to fill our life. I know we fill ours, but we want to make sure you're filling your life with action. Don't wait for it to happen, right? So we use our CRM, we use our calendar, we use our to-do lists to tell us what to do, essentially, because I mean, we're all individual business owners, right, Jeff?
That's right.
So we need somebody to tell us what to do, and that person should be us, but we use those venues to, I guess, steer us in the right direction, if that makes sense.
Right. They keep us on track, and it keeps us doing the stuff that's money-making or income-producing activities.
Right.
We do our prospecting. We talk with for sale by owners. We talk with expireds. We talk with past clients. But those things that we know when we're doing those actions, that's going to produce us the income. Don't you think?
Yeah, and you brought up the 80-20 rule, right? And you're saying like 20% is going to bring you 80%. And I know if you plan and design and actually make your own future, you're not waiting for things to happen. They're going to happen to you. So we don't want to be reactive to things that are happening. We want to be proactive. So by progressively putting things in your calendar, in your CRM, and on your to-do list, which Jeff and I like to do the night prior, we're actually setting ourselves up for a great day. We're not being reactive to anything. We actually find ourselves being very proactive and actually answering things and answering people's questions before they're even answered. And when, like, let's say another agent on the other end of the deal actually emails us like, hey, thanks for doing that. I don't usually follow up that quickly. You guys are awesome. Makes us feel good, and it makes us realize that we are actually doing things just a little bit ahead of schedule. So we're making sure our finger's on the pulse and we're ahead of the game.
Mm-hmm. And that's all about the planning and how you plan out your day. Like Joe said the night before, if you have that to-do list made, you already know what you have going on for the next day, and you're not wasting that time, and you could actually start doing these stuff that's producing you income.
You can jump right in.
Yeah, you could jump right into your day. We bring up planning for your future, living your business by your design.
Good one.
2020 is coming up. And next thing you know it's going to be the new year. Joe and I are already working on our business plan, and the question is, are you? You don't want to do that a week before the new year, or else you're going to be behind.
Right, and if you're not already tracking numbers, you should probably start doing that, because we use our number tracking from the entire year to add to the data, so we find out where our business came from, what we excelled at, what we did bad at, and then how we can implement new things to increase that. So when we sit down every morning and we start our calling, because our calendar said, hey, make your phone calls, we know how many phone calls we're supposed to make, how many dials, how many contacts, how many hours we're supposed to be doing it for, based on our previous year's business plan for that year, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Joe, you make a good point. With any business, they're tracking everything. I mean, look at Apple.
There's analytics everywhere. Yeah.
They know where their dollars are being spent. They know what their production is. Just for any sales, you should know how many hours it takes to get someone on the line. Or I guess for us in sales, when we do our prospecting, I mean, it could be how many times you have to talk to somebody at a car dealership if you're a car salesman.
It's kind of like Google Analytics or a Facebook Pixel. I mean, that's what we're basically doing for ourselves, right? Giving us the most amount of data so we can provide and be the most accurate and not do stuff that's going to waste our time, essentially. So, I mean, we're independent agents, right? Entrepreneurs, if you want to call it, and nobody holds us accountable. But that also brings up that a lot of us in the beginning, or even day to day, because we do start unemployed, we struggle paycheck to paycheck, right? Not knowing whether or not we can pay the next bill or know where the next meal's coming from. I know a lot of people that might be watching this are struggling or new to the business and are going, hey man, this is really hard. What do I do? And what Jeff and I want you to do is take out a piece of paper and write down all the things that make you money. Start with 1, start with 2. What is that like? What does that look like? We're calling, right? We're looking for sales by owners, expireds. Are we calling past clients? Are we calling our family? Are we letting them know? Are we doing Facebook marketing? Are we, all the things that are money making things we're going to list on the piece of paper. And then next to those, I want you to draw a line right down the middle, and I want you to put what's holding you accountable to do that. Am I putting food on the table for my kids, right? Am I going to call my landlord and let them know I can't make my rent that month? Or am I going to call my bank and tell them I can't get my bank note, I can't pay that? Can you give me forgiveness? Those things are things you need to do. So that's going to, I guess, drive you to ensure you're doing those on the days you don't feel like doing it, right?
Right. Because we don't punch in and we don't punch out. This
Right.
is not a punch in and punch out job when you're in sales or even owning your own business.
Yeah.
So we call that the pipeline. You got to fill your pipeline of potential clients, leads, all that stuff. That's what's going to make sure you're not living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
You're going to be living a lifestyle that you wanted it to be by filling up that pipeline and figuring out what is that money-making task or actions that you need to do each day to fill that pipeline.
I know a lot of agents in our office and in real estate in general, they do vision boards. I mean, that can help as well, but having that list that you pull out and look on those bad days where you need a little extra motivation, right? Motivation is like showering, right? Yeah.
You got to do it daily.
You got to do it daily.
I hope you do.
I mean, I hope Jeff does anyways, because I got to work right next to him in the office.
I smell okay.
But the second part of this is, you're doing all this great stuff. You can watch our past podcasts and videos that give you a little bit more into the look of what we do in the morning or as routine. But you have to bring value to the people around you in your setting, in whatever you're doing as far as sales, in order to make the money. Right? Because at the end result, we need to get paid to do what we do, right?
Yeah.
We obviously love what we do, right? But what's your why? Why do you do it? What's your value proposition? How are you actually going to help the people and the clients that you're wanting to assist and that you enjoy helping to make money? Like, what is your why?
Knowing your why is going to help with your motivation. And who's that guy that you liked, Simon Sinek?
Simon Sinek, To Find Your Why. Yeah, we've read the book on it. There's also a quick YouTube video. I think it's like 10, maybe 20 minutes at the most. I would watch that. It'll help you find your why. You put a bunch of circles on a piece of paper and you work backwards essentially to finding your why. And once you have your value proposition and your why, it'll make things easier, I think, to make money, because money is the byproduct of the value in your why of what you're doing, right?
Value, key word that Joe says. I mean, Joe makes fun of me because I say this all the time, but we're in it's a dog-eat-dog world when it comes to sales. It totally is. And you're not the only real estate agent. You're not the only salesperson in your job. Whatever you're selling, cars, you're selling computers, whatever it is, software, whatever it is. There's somebody else just like you doing the same exact thing. So you got to find out what makes you stand out from the rest.
Yeah, what differentiates yourself?
What's the value that you're going to bring them than that other real estate agent when they walk through the door and they're going to try to get that same listing contract signed?
And that's not going to win everybody over, but you are going to create rapport with the people that enjoy or want to know your why and your value. You're gonna do the sales with them. Those people. And they're the other ones that maybe don't understand your why or your value proposition might go with the other agent. It's not saying you're going to win everybody over, but if they align with you more because you're showing your value and your why, it's going to help you out and assist you in your business day to day.
And to stand out from the rest.
Right.
And that's what you need to do.
You also need to remind yourself daily that you get where you are because of you, right? Your actions and improve your situation, right? Your actions actually improve your situation, and it is all because of you. It happens because of you. It's your self-talk, and I think Jeff talks about this a lot.
Yeah, there's. I think in the prior podcast video we talk about self-talk. Joe talks about the affirmations, things that keep you motivated every day to do this job.
Yeah, these are habits that we've included in our daily life and our daily habits. It's just something that you need to do. There's no limitations in the world of sales, right? You can always
That's the
go
best
up.
part. That's why we do it, right? No one
Right.
tells us what to do. We're our own boss, and there's no income limit. There's no limit to our success, and that's why we do this. Sometimes it's hard to do it by yourself, so find somebody who can hold you accountable, or find something that keeps you accountable.
Yeah, I mean, I have a Jeff, right? He holds me accountable.
I have a Joe.
Yeah, and I hold him accountable. We also have coaches, and you can watch YouTube videos, you can read books, you can listen to podcasts. Hopefully you use us as part of that. But somebody to hold you accountable. We're part of masterminds with other agents in our office that may be doing more than us, so we can learn from them. And understand like what are the next steps to climb that ladder, to break that glass ceiling, to get to the next level if that's what you're looking to do. Or if you're happy where you're at, what can you do to master your craft just to be a little bit better at it, right? Like I'm happy with the money I make, so I just want to stay here, but I want to get better at what I do so I can assist my clients and customers better, and they have a better experience. So that, I mean, you don't always have to be climbing the ladder or doing more or breaking the limitations or breaking that glass ceiling. If you like where you're at, you can master your craft and just be really, really good at what you do, hone your skills.
Yep. So, like Joe said in the beginning, you don't get paid for the hour, you get paid for what value you bring in the hour.
Correct.
So, what we want you to do is, well, I guess in summary, find your why. Figure
That's
out
the biggest one.
Yep, the biggest one. Find out what is the
Motivation behind that.
Yep, motivation,
Value proposition.
income producing activities.
Correct.
Focus on that.
Put those in your calendar, because if they're not in your calendar, they don't happen, right?
Yep. And then find something that holds you accountable to all of that,
Mm-hmm.
so that you're not living paycheck to paycheck.
And if it needs to be a person, use another salesperson in your industry. Make sure you're writing down why you're doing those dollar producing activities and how you're scheduling those out. Maybe write right in there, making the house payment, making my rent payment, my wife, my kids, my significant other, whoever's going to hold you accountable. If you're going on vacation, write vacation next to that, so you remember why you're doing those, and that the byproduct of that is money, but the value prop is why you're doing it. And then when you're at the office, give it one more each day for yourself. One more rep while you're in the gym, one more call while you're at the office, one more minute if you're not getting and seeking out those minimum bottom line numbers. You need to give it one more minute, one more hour, one more dial, one more push-up, just one more, right? Go all in and make it a great fourth quarter.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys, for watching and listening to our podcast, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your week and quarter.
Hopefully we brought you some value. Find us on YouTube. We're on Anchor podcast. Anywhere you listen to a podcast, we're on there. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Direct message us, instant message us. You can email us at reliancerealestateradio@gmail.com.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.
Bye.